Hi guys, I'm here with your Bible reading, but first I have a praise report. Nellie just got out of the doctor today. She hasn't been feeling Kinsley move, and she's been having a lot of trouble. She's even been having nosebleeds, which I told her was not right, that she better call the doctor, because she's not one to have nosebleeds and not feeling the baby move, and she's been having dreams of having the baby and her being dead. And I told her call the doctor. Well, the doctor got her in today. Thank God. I'm so happy. And look what God has done. He never ceases to amaze me. You remember how I was asking prayers for Kinsley's stomach? How I was so upset now because Kinsley's stomach was too small and wasn't growing right? Well, now her stomach is perfect. Her stomach is just the right size for her body. There's nothing wrong with her stomach. It is perfectly healthy and fine. And she is doing great. She is up to 4 pounds, 14 ounces. 2 ounces away from 5 pounds already. And the last time Melly was at the doctor, she was only 3 pounds something. She is growing super fast. I told Melly Kinsley's going to be her biggest baby, because Melly's other babies were only like 5 pounds something when they were born. And Kinsley's already almost up to that now. Her official due date is June 4th, but she may come, a lot sooner. But anyway, she's up to 5 pounds, so I think she's good to go regardless, because Melly's other babies were that size, and they were just fine. And she's sucking her hand, and this beautiful as could be. So they did a stress test on her today. She first failed it, but then after they made Melly eat something, she scored an 8 out of 10 and passed. So I told Melly just to make sure she keeps eating, and she's supposed to eat like several small meals a day, or some snacks and a few small meals a day. I said, make sure you eat. You got to keep that baby growing. She's a big one. She wants her food, or she ain't going to move. She's stubborn already. That's what she's going to say. I'm not going to move for you, Mom, unless you give me something to eat first. She's being stubborn already, you see. But praise the Lord, and thank you guys for the prayers. I know it was God who healed her stomach, because you're not going to go from something being wrong with your stomach like that, and then the next time you go to the doctor, your stomach is perfectly normal and healthy. That's God. There's no other way to explain that. That's God. And God is keeping that baby healthy. And we think she's going to be just fine now, and it has to give Melly so much relief now. The water in her sac and everything is just fine. And growing beautifully. I was so happy with her weight. So happy that she's almost up to 5 pounds, because I was afraid, with her delivering from any time now up until June, because she could go into labor, anywhere from 31 to 32 weeks and up, and she's 31 weeks, 7 days right now, which is basically 32 weeks, so she could go any time, and Kinsley's at a good weight, 2 ounces away from 5 pounds, so very excited that she'll deliver a very healthy baby. And I cannot wait to hold her in my arms and give her bunches of kisses. And I still cannot believe that she's going to be named after me. I never thought anybody would ever name their child after me, and I can't have a child of my own, and it just means so much to me. And she's just so special to me. I don't know why, but I just feel really extra, super special close to Kinsley for some reason. I don't know if it's because there hasn't been another baby in the family for 4 years or so, but I want to be around Kinsley as much as I possibly can. As much as Melly will let me have her, I'll have her. And she's going to be named after me, so that's going to make her even more extra special to me. Of course, I love all the babies. I love all my nieces and nephews. I just feel this deep connection with Kinsley for some reason. I just got this feeling. She just, I don't know, I just got so much love in my heart for her. It just overflowing with love. I just cannot wait to hold her and spoil her. Oh, I can't wait. So I'm not going to jinx myself. Knock on wood. Everything keeps going as well as it is. So thank you guys for the prayers. Please keep them up, because they sure are working. God has heard them and He is answering. Don't cry with mascara on. Alright, let's begin our Bible reading. We're going to be reading in the New International Version, and we're going to be starting where we left off yesterday with Luke chapter 12, verses 35 through 59. We'll start out with watchfulness. I would put my glasses on, but I'll just leave them off today. My eyes ain't bothering me too bad today. Okay. Be dressed, ready for service, and keep your lamps burning, like servants waiting for their master to return from a wedding banquet, so that when he comes and knocks, they can immediately open the door for him. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them watching when he comes. Truly, I tell you, he will dress himself to serve, will have them recline at the table, and will come and wait on them. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them ready, even if he comes in the middle of the night or toward daybreak. But understand this: if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You also must be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you do not expect him. Peter asked, Lord, are you telling this parable to us or to everyone? The Lord answered, Who then is the faithful and wise manager whom the master puts in charge of his servants to give them their food allowance at the proper time? It will be good for that servant whom the master finds doing so when he returns. Truly I tell you, he will put him in charge of all his possessions. But suppose that servant says to himself, My master is taking a long time in coming, and he begins to beat the other servants, both men and women, and to eat and drink and get drunk. The master of that servant will come on a day when he does not expect him, and at an hour he is not aware of. He will cut him to pieces and assign him a place with the unbelievers. The servant who knows the master's will and does not get ready or does not do what the master wants will be beaten with many blows. But the one who does not know and does things deserving punishment will be beaten with few blows. From everyone who has been given much, much will be demanded, and from the one who has been entrusted with much, much more will be asked. I have come to bring fire on the earth, and how I wish it were already kindled. But I have a baptism to undergo, and what constraint I am under until it is completed. Do you think I can bring peace on earth? No, I tell you, but division I came to bring. From now on there will be 5 in one family divided against each other, 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. They will be divided, father against son, and son against father, mother against daughter, and daughter against mother, mother-in-law against daughter-in-law, and daughter-in-law against mother-in-law. He said to the crowd, when you see a cloud rising in the west, immediately you say, it's going to rain, and it does. And when the south wind blows, you say, it's going to be hot, and it is. Hypocrites! You know how to interpret the appearance of the earth and the sky. How is it that you don't know how to interpret this present time? Why don't you judge for yourselves what is right? As you are going with your adversary to the magistrate, try hard to be reconciled on the way, or your adversary may drag you off to the judge, and the judge turn you over to the officer, and the officer throw you into prison. I tell you, you will not get out until you have paid the last penny. And that's where we'll stop with Luke for today. And now we're going to continue on with Psalm 78, verses 56 through 64 today. Just the little short end. But they put God to the test and rebelled against the Most High. They did not keep his statutes. Like their ancestors, they were disloyal and faithless and unreliable as a faulty bow. They angered him with their high places. They aroused his jealousy with their idols. When God heard them, he was furious. He rejected Israel completely. He abandoned the tabernacle of Shiloh, the tent he had set up among humans. He sent the ark of his might into captivity, his splendor into the hands of the enemy. He gave his people over to the sword. He was furious with his inheritance. Fire consumed their young men, and their young women had no wedding songs. Their priests were put to the sword, and their widows could not weep. And lastly for today, we're going to read Proverbs chapter 12, verse 24. Diligent hands will rule, but laziness ends in forced labor. Okay, guys, that was today's Bible reading. I hope it touched your guys' hearts. I hope you guys are having a great Wednesday. My Wednesday was going so-so. I got up one of those days just feeling absolutely tired, and I've already been back to bed once or twice today and fell asleep a couple hours later. And I haven't even took my medicine yet, so it ain't the medicine doing it. I don't know why my body does. I'm just extremely tired some days, I guess, from the POTS syndrome. I don't know, but I am wide awake and happy now after I read my sister's news about Kinsley, so I am having a terrific day now. Terrific. And I'm thanking God so much, because I know it was him that done all this. And I know it's him who's going to bring Kinsley into this world, a safe, happy, healthy, loved little girl. And trust me, she will be very loved. Very loved. We will make sure of that. Okay, guys, let's bring those souls to Jesus, and God willing, I'll see you guys again tomorrow with another Bible reading. Bye, guys. God bless, and thank you again for the prayers.